Well, everybody, I hope you are ready to be knocked off your chair today. I am feeling like some kind of no tomorrow, knock you off your chair today. Some kind of amazing stuff is happening. So bravo, bravo. Welcome to Ignite Live. This is a place where we get together, make connections, and do some wonderful introspective work. And I'm on fire today because guess what? It's possibility days. The possibilities are abound. We have so much stuff happening. We are launching our Ignite the Entrepreneur book on the 21st of May. Yay! And we are launching our Ignite Possibilities on the 28th of May. Yay! And it's been a bittersweet, beautiful, incredible journey of exploration and transformation for everyone involved, including me. For those of you who do or do not know, we started Ignite the Entrepreneur back in 2019 when Tanya Powell walked up to me at a live book launch in Vancouver, Canada, and said, we should do a book for entrepreneurs. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And so that fall we started it. And then what happened? Kaboom! Pandemic hit, and every single entrepreneur in our book was struggled through the pandemic and all the kinds of unknowns that were unfolding. At the same time, we kicked off possibilities because anything was possible, and then pandemic hit. So, I just want to bow my head in reverence to all the authors who made it through the last 18 months, 12 months, 9 months, 6 months, 4 months, wherever you are in your journey, and how difficult it has been for all of us, this incredible new way of living, this new lifestyle, this new what's possible for us scenario. And it's really an incredible feeling. And I just want to put my heart and soul out to everybody who showed up, who said yes, who wrote their story, who pushed through all of the challenges that we've all been through. In fact, I think everyone on every level in every corner of the planet has been through different and unique challenges in the last 12 months. And so I just want you to know that we've got you, we've got your back, we're here for you. And there's something really, really powerful that despite the quicksand that's happening around us in some ways, we continue to persevere. And that's what makes human beings so powerful, is our ability to adapt, persevere, pivot, and reinvent ourselves. And so for those of you who are going through any old thing, this is an incredible opportunity to say, you know what? I get to totally reinvent myself. I get to be whoever it is I want to be. I get to, you change your name if you want, call yourself something different, shave your head, like do whatever you want. Like you literally get to say, this is my time to be who and become whoever it is I want to be. And whatever defined me before only was there to refine me to who I want to become now. And so today I really want to talk about possibilities, because possibilities is my jam and I absolutely love it. Even I need to re-inspire myself. I will be 100% honest. We went back into full lockdown on Friday, and it's just been a real, and it's been hard for the kids, and it's been hard for everyone, and it's been hard for the economy, and it's just been hard for everyone to once again be in full no, can't leave your house kind of situation. So that being said, more than ever, our psyches, our mental ability, our agility to be inside the consciousness of who we are as human beings on a soul level, on a spiritual level, on a possibilities level, I think has to happen. When you're stuck in the cage, what about that gentleman who was a POW for 12 years in a crate while he was a prisoner of war? He came out of it. I read the story that he said every single day he just imagined himself on the golf course. He just kept playing a round of golf every single day to get him through all those years of being a prisoner. And so that's the power of the mind. That's the power of thought. That's the power of your consciousness and your awareness to what it is you want to manifest in your life. And I really want to talk about possibilities because it wasn't that long ago that I wanted to make something super, super possible. My producer sent me a happy anniversary card today because 1 year ago today, we kicked off our television show that we were so ready to do. And the pandemic, kaboom, all kinds of other opportunities. And even though it's the 1 year anniversary of that, it's like, okay, let's celebrate what we did do. And so today I want you guys to think about not what you can't do, but what you did do. I want you to take that reflective moment to look back at actually what you did achieve and accomplish and overcome in the last year. I used to go to this incredible event every 6 months where we would go somewhere great and amazing on the planet and meet with really cool people. And every single plane ride on the way there, I would write who I had become since the last event. And so I want you to think about who and where you were in May of 2020, where it was going on with you. And even though for many of us, May was like, the whole world was locked down in May of last year. In that year, how far have you come? Like, all of you have printed a book or produced a book or wrote a story. Many of you have started a business. Many of you have created a new relationship. Many of you have actually moved and done something different. You've pivoted into a new version of you. And so for a moment, I just want to pay homage to all the amazing things that you have done in the last year, because as human beings, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but I tend to look at the things that I haven't accomplished yet, or the things I'm still trying to get to, or the what's over there, instead of let's just focus on what is right here and just be in the now and be in the moment right now, because you really have ignited something in you. You've ignited a prospect, a possibility, an ability, an opportunity, and those have all grown into something. And so if you've got something that you've done in the last year, I just want to have like a win Tuesday, a triumphant Tuesday. And I would just love to honor anybody who would like to share a win that they feel that they've accomplished in the last year, despite everything that's been going on. Just put your hands up or unmute yourself. If you've got a triumph for Tuesday, let's hear it. I'd like to hear some triumphs that have gone on for people. And I know they could just be small. They could just be minuscule. Yeah, go ahead, Tracy Stone.
Hi, lovely. I took a huge leap at the end of February. I left the corporate world after 32 years of kind of that security and wonderful big salaries, and took that leap after 32 years to dedicate myself completely to my own private practice. I've been talking about doing it for years, and I've done it.
Bravo. Wow. Look how far you've come. That's fantastic. Thank you. Marta, I'm a possibilities person as well. My new definition of human creativity starts with the words. Let's hear it, Marta. Unmute yourself. Starts with the words. Creativity is the person-centered process.
Creativity is the person-centered process of imagining possibilities and taking expressive, embodied action to make your ideas real. There you go.
Everyone at any age can imagine a possibility and make it their ideal. I love it. I'm going to copy, Peter, can you copy and paste that for me? That might just find its way into the
It's really important, because nowadays we're living in a time where people, especially children, people throughout their life, self-identify as not creative. I'm not creative. I'm not creative, because they're not an artist, or they're not Einstein, or they're not this and that. But basically, humans are born dreaming, imagining, curious, and creative. We're wired for every cell in our body to be creative. We can't not be creative. We can ignore our creativity, or we can practice it. So those are the two choices. And by imagining possibilities, we're in the realm of imagination, which is the only way to bring something that is not yet into what is. It is the single way. And right now we have competition from non-human creativity, which is AI and machine creativity and robots. And that's what's threatening the workforce. And really, those machines have capabilities of processing data beyond human ability. They can process trillions of bits of information in an hour, where we couldn't do it in 100 lifetimes. But nothing that's a machine can have imagination and the different levels of consciousness that humans have. We are unique, and we were brought to this world to bring everything that needs to happen for the regeneration of the planet and people and life on Earth through our creativity. So it's time.
Bravo. She's on her soapbox. I love it.
Sorry.
I love it. No, I love it. It's so true. We have to stand on our soapbox, right? Like I think we have to stand up on our soapbox, because otherwise we're getting lost in the noise. So I love it, Marta. I love it.
Sorry, I don't have my picture up. I just got out of the shower because I saw it was 3 o'clock.
All right, we've got creativity
but
and
really,
bare skin.
Everybody in this room is so creative and imaginative. You can't bring something into being without having those elements, but they don't self-identify with it. And the number one characteristic of creative people is, you know what? Not intelligence, not talent, not art ability. It's that you self-identify as creative. If you
That's fantastic.
self-identify, then you practice creativity all the time and you recognize yourself as creative, and there are no limits. The other ones that say I'm not creative were mortified at some point in their life. Somebody criticized them, or they saw somebody else doing something they thought was better than they could, so they closed the door on their creativity. There's no such thing. Brene Brown says there's no such thing as no creativity, and her way of saying is you're either using it or ignoring it.
Fantastic.
But it's our number one most valuable untapped potential on earth. 80% of human creativity is unactualized. Can you imagine?
No.
So let's start imagining.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you so much, sweetie. That was fantastic. I was like, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yay! Well, when you said possibilities,
I love it.
I thought,
love
I
it.
have to jump in.
I love it. I love it. And again, I'd love to, if we could copy down that quote, Peter, that's great. Charles has his hands up. Let's hear it, Charles. What have you accomplished in the last year that we could just share?
Well, I mean, so the thing I accomplished, I actually write a story in it and put in our book. So I mean, going through divorce, career change, and COVID at the same time. Boy, that's really overwhelming. And throughout all that, I discover who I really am and really accept who I really am. And through that, you know, I find out my true worth, my true wealth is not about accumulating money and having all this relationship, but really accepting who you really are, and believing who you really are. And so that's what my big turning point. And as the result, I found a new love, and I think I found my soulmate. So I'm very excited about that.
We are so excited for you. You know, I wrote a little bit in the Entrepreneur book about rising out of the Phoenix, and how many of us are sort of rising out of the Phoenix right now, and to become bigger, better, stronger versions of ourselves. And even though the flames, you know, hurt and they're difficult and they take us down for a bit, it's like rising out of the Phoenix. So bravo to you. We were so happy. We're so excited. We can't wait to meet her.
Yeah. Well, and the interesting things is that I met her around the same time I started our writing process. So
Right. And I know a little secret. He used his writing a little bit as a courtship. And so that's pretty powerful, how amazing writing can be in courtship. I know. I love it. I love it. I love it. You'll have to read his story in Entrepreneur. Thanks, Charles. We're so happy. And look at his smile, right? Like, look at his smile. His face is beaming. He just looks so handsome, alive, amazing. And he's smiling. We love it. We love it. We love it. All right, Maynard, your turn. Let's hear it. Let's hear what you got to share.
Hi, good afternoon. Real quick before my daughter comes out of school, but thank you for this. You know, over the last year, you know, overcame a lot. Moved my office, built out a new one. That was really something for me. Flipped the house, started a new business, started my coaching sessions, started writing the book, and decided to tell my story and tapped into understanding energy, if you will, a little better than I did before.
Fantastic. Yeah. And energy is so powerful, right? Because it's like a magnet. It really pulls, when you have the energetic desire to do something, it really pulls you towards what it is you want. And energy is incredible. Money is energy, ideas are energy, creativity is energy. So I'm so loving that. Congratulations to all your successes this year. And each and every one of you have had a success. It may not feel like the big success, the granddaddy of the success that you were looking for, but you've had many, many successes. Just that you are here, that you wrote your story, that you're sharing, that you're able to hug your family and be connected, that your people are hearing your voice. That in itself is an incredible success. So I just want to say bravo to each and every one of you. Thank you for the tenacity and perseverance that you found within you to get to where you are right now, no matter what was going on in your life. And we just love that you are part of this community, because I am really taking it personal a personal conviction that we do need to raise the consciousness of all people. And we are so blessed to be in this community. And there are people just even next door that need our help and need our inspiration and need what we have to give. And if we can share a little bit more and create a ripple effect around the world, we can do something magical. And I really want everybody to just dip in to the elixir of what's possible. And so today, in honor of the Possibilities book, I want to do something with you called the Possibility Principles. And so some of you know, last year I decided to cycle across Canada, and it was a very life-changing, profound thing for me. I've been talking about it ever since, so you probably all have heard it. But what was so unique about that situation was I didn't even know what was possible in what I was making possible. So yes, I knew I wanted to do the cycle. I knew I wanted to do the ride, but I didn't even know what I was making possible just by getting on the bike the very first day and doing it. And so there's something for me, I really was awakened to the concept of the possibility principles. There are, because some people say to me like, JB, you're so lucky and you get to do that. And only you can do that. And, other people can't do that. And it's not true. But it made me realize that there's a mindset and a thinking that's conditioned upon each and every one of us, that what's possible for us is actually not really possible for us. It's always possible for someone else. And so it started me thinking about my next book called The Possibility Principles, about how do we activate possibilities in one another? How do we turn the mind into what's possible? And really, this has been very profound for me with my kids, because look at the new young generation of individuals who are so dictated by, what does that say? What does the phone say? What does the internet say? What do my friends on computer games say? And they're losing this essence of creating in their own mind what is possible for them. They're allowing all kinds of things, and here I go on my soapbox, to hold them back. All these institutions and governments and voices and opinions to say that it's not possible for them because ... when really that isn't the truth. And so today you guys are get to be the guinea pigs of my very first sharing of the Possibility Principles. This is very exciting for me because it's been percolating in my mind of what's possible for people. And I really want to share the Possibility Principles with each and every one of you. So grab a piece of paper. It's actually went from extremely complex to very, very, very simple. There are 3 primary fundamental belief systems one must adapt to have anything and everything possible. Number 1 is you have got to believe it. You have got to believe it. Number 1 possibility principle is you've got to believe it. You've got to believe that it's possible. If someone said like, oh no, you'll never be able to cycle across Canada, they will never be able to cycle across Canada. They don't believe that it's possible. Actually, I was even telling Peter, like someone the other day was telling me that they had made $65 million. And later I was like, I don't know if they really, do you think they really made $65 million? That right there was me not believing it was possible. That right there, that suspicion, that questioning, that little bit was just the thing that we do. Maynard talked about energy that pulls down what's possible. So the number one rule is you've got to believe it. And there's 3 sections to that. Section A is you've got to listen within. So what does that mean? What's possible for you is not possible for anyone else. And what's possible for you, no one else can decide. So you've got to listen within to what you feel is possible for you. You have to take that journey, and many of us have been on it. Many of us have sat on the side of the mountain, gone to the ashrams, been in silence, had to go through that depths of fire to literally quiet and listen to ourselves. So you know what's possible for you. It's not what your parents told you. It's not what your spouse says. It's not what your society says. It's not what your boss says. It's not what anyone else says. So when you get really quiet and listen to yourself, you will hear what your inner soul feels is possible for you. The second part of that is you have to trust yourself. Now, how many of us have had a fabulous idea and then we're like, oh, I don't know if I should think that way. Or I don't know if I should say that. Or I don't know if I should tell that. I don't know if I should tell anybody about that. Like, how many of us have an idea, have a belief, we say it, and then we negate it? You've got to trust yourself. You've got to believe that if you thought it, then it's possible for you. See, I don't think I could be a snake wrangler. I'll admit that that's not possible for me. Catching anacondas in the Amazon, no, that's not possible for me, because that's not mine. That's not what I'm supposed to do. But cycling to the Arctic Circle, yeah, that's possible for me. Why? Because I'm going to do it. Why? Because God gave it to me. Why? Because it's possible for me. So all the other things that people do, like, oh, she's up on stage and he made 65 million, and that person's a New York Times bestseller, and that person has $100,000 coaching program, and that person has a beautiful wife, and all of that stuff is for them. What's possible for you is possible for you. So when you listen to yourself and you hear it, then trust that it's meant to be there. The third one is you've got to really wake up to what's possible. See, what's possible for us is only in the constructs of what we know right in this moment. So in a way, we have to awaken to what's possible, which means we have to open our eyes wider, lift the lid off our thoughts. We have to awaken to what's possible, because it's not in the now, it's in what's coming. Like, I don't have what I have right now, so it's not possible for me, is how many of us think. But in truth, what's possible for you is in your future. It is the next iteration of you. So you need to wake up to what that is. You can't just look at it through the filter of today, through the eyes of what you know right now. You have to awaken to what is possible, because it's out there for you. It's not in this moment, it's coming, it's arriving, it's on the train towards you. And so you need to wake up to it. So number one, believe it. Number two, possibility rule is you got to break it down. Break it down, baby. So this is JB at her finest. Everybody says to me, like, how do you do those things? I break everything down. I break the book process down. I break the, groceries, weekly recipes down. I break the 5,000 kilometers down. Everything gets broken down, because when you have a big dream, baby, it's big. You got to break it down. You got to break it down. And so number one is you got to get into the feelings. It's called foster the feelings. See, when you really, really want to do something, you can break it down in logical format. But if you don't break it down emotionally, it's not going to happen. So if there's a big goal you want to have, and you got to break it down into the emotional pieces, like, I am committed to this. I love this. This feels incredible. This is freedom to me. This is excitement to me. This is love. This is what it feels like. This is pride. This is joy. This is accomplishment. This is prosperity. You really, really need to break it down. And I'll give you an example. When I was cycling with Peter, we were at 4,970 kilometers. Like, we were almost to the finish line. And there was this moment where I said to Peter, you know what? I need to stop. And we stopped the bike, and he turned around. He said, what's wrong? And I said, you know what? I actually feel like I'm done. And he's like, what? I'm like, no, I feel like I'm done. Like, I feel happy, content, blissful, blessed, excited, proud, privileged. I feel this cornucopia of things. And so what I realized in that moment is so many of us aspire for happiness, peace, joy. The thing is, we aspire for one emotion, and nothing in life is one emotion. A wedding is not one emotion. A wedding is excitement, and then the bills, and then the stress, and then the walking down the aisle. Having a baby is not one emotion. It's excitement, and then it's fear, and then it's worry, and then it's elation, and then it's triumph, and then it's trepidation. There's nothing in life that is one emotion. Nothing. Death is not one emotion. Birth is not one emotion. New job is not one emotion. So why do we as humans strive for one emotion? I want peace. I want freedom. I want happiness. You need to get invested in the cornucopia, the brewing pot, the excitement of all the emotions that matter to you. So you've got to foster those emotions. You've got to break it down and then say, you know what? This means joy to me. This means hope. This means freedom. This means blessings. This means gratitude. You've got to foster the feelings. The next thing you do is you got to pack it with purpose. Pack it with purpose. And how do you pack it with purpose? You get excited about the emotion behind it. See, I wanted to feel a tremendous sense of accomplishment when I went on my ride. I wanted to do something that really pushed me beyond my limits. I wanted to go outside of what I was used to. I wanted to prove it was possible for me. And proving it was possible for me, guess what? I proved it was possible for lots of people. Anybody here follow me on my ride? Anybody here watching my Instagram, my posts? Those people suddenly felt like it was possible for them because I was making it possible for me. And so when you make something possible for you, you allow everyone around you to have the same kind of permission. Everyone around you gets to have possibilities in their life because you're living in your possibilities and you're mirrors to each other. And so you got to pack it with purpose in the sense that you've got to make it be for more than just you. More than just you. How many of us admire magnanimous influencers because they're doing something for more than just themselves? So when you pack what you believe and what you trust about yourself and what you know and what you're emotionally connected to with purpose for other people, that's when it skyrockets. That's when it blooms. That's when everybody's knocking on your door and they want to be a part of it because the purpose in it with you is full of emotions, but it's for more than just you. Absolutely more than just you. And that leads to the third point is you got to ignite others. When you are connected and you are fostering emotions, packing it with purpose and igniting others, hey, how can it fail? Like really, how can that fail? See, we are always looking for the recipe of why it won't work. I'm giving you the recipe of how it does. Put the emotion in it, pack it with purpose, and ignite others. It's about everyone. It's about all of us because we are in this interconnected, woven, field of incredible existence. And if I can't ignite you, then I can't ignite myself. If I can't raise up you, then I will never raise up myself. We have to do it together. We have to do it in unison. And so when you ignite others and you take them through that transformational experience in their own lives, then that's what brings you the joy and the success that you're ultimately looking for on a human level, not on a bank account level. All right, so rule number 1, believe in it. Rule number 2, break it down. And rule number 3, you got to become it. You just have to become it. Now that's hard for a lot of us because we're like, well, I don't know how to do that. Well, going back to my cycle trip, I didn't know how to cycle 5,000 kilometers. You guys would laugh your asses off. I didn't know what I was supposed to wear. I didn't know the gloves that were supposed to be on my hands. I didn't know the shoes that I was supposed to do. I didn't know the saddle sores were going to come. I didn't know the suntan load. Like, I didn't know how to change a tire. I didn't know how to do anything. I didn't know how to do it, but I had to become it. And the only way to become it was what? Start doing it. I would have never learned how to change a tire if I wouldn't have got a flat tire and I needed Peter to show me how to change a tire. I would have never known what shoes I needed to buy if I wouldn't have wore the shoes that didn't work that I had to go get new shoes. I would have never been able to pedal 50 kilometers if I wouldn't have done 40 kilometers. You have to be it. You have to become it. You have to step into it. We're always waiting for it to show up. We're like, I want to be an international best-selling author, but I don't want to write the book. How's that possible? I want to be a stage performer, but I don't want to step on stage. It's not possible. So if you want it, you need to become it. And becoming it means just getting started. I laugh because how many of you have ever looked back 10 years ago to somebody like, let's look back at what did Gary Vaynerchuk look like 10 years ago when he first started out with his towel behind him on his podcast? What did Michael Jackson look like the very first time he showed up at Motown? To pick anyone you can think of, any single great person, and go back 10 years in their life. Look at the pictures of Bill Gates in his garage with his comb over. Like, everyone started somewhere. You just notice them now when they're at their peak or at their greatness, but they all started somewhere, fumbling and tripping and looking silly and blundering and not making it look good. So you've got to become it. You've got to be it to become it, because you're only going to become it if you start being it. And that means mastering your habits. You've got to master your habits, because the habits are the things that are going to get you there. Up early, eating well, meditating. And guess what? For those of you who don't want to be up early and don't want to eat well and don't want to meditate, if that's your jam, okay. I actually lived beside a guy who was a metal sculptor. He would sculpt beautiful, undeniably beautiful metal sculptures at 2 a.m. with rock music playing and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. That was his jam. That's how he did it. And so all the people who say, oh, well, you're enlightened if you meditate, or you're better if you do this, or what, you haven't read Think and Grow Rich? Oh, how's that possible? That stuff, whatever. You literally have to decide that you are going to master your habits in the way that work for you, whatever that is. But guess what? Not mastering your habits, what will that lead to? Nothing. So master your habits. Master when you like to get up, when you are best at your very best, what makes you sing, what makes you exhilarated. Master your habits. The big thing here is your habits. But you must create habits, because if you don't have any cadence in your performance, any cadence in your skills, if you don't do things systematically time and time again, nothing will come of it. So it's not the habits of Deepak Chopra, and it's not the habits of Michael Phelps. It's your habits. Your habits. You need to master them. That means do them repeatedly, do them over and over, do them continuously. Take massive action. Number 3, take massive action. You've got to take massive action in your habits. You've got to take massive action overall. Nothing will get done if you just wait. So decide what it is, what's possible for you, and go take massive action. And how do you take massive action? You take everything that you broke it down and you attack that. So you broke it down. Now you take massive action on that. You broke down what you have to do, take massive action on that. Take massive action. Don't let anybody stop you. Again, right back to belief. It's not what they believe is possible. It's what you believe is possible. I'm so excited because I get thrilled at this kind of stuff. And I hope it's inspiring to you, because the truth is anything and everything is possible for you. You've got this. This is right here waiting for you. Exactly what you wants you. And so every single time you hear that voice that says it's not possible, say, thank you. But guess what? I know it's possible. I know it's possible because I believe it. I'm going to break it down into what I need to do, and then I'm going to become that. It's so, so simple. I hope this was helpful for each and every one of you. I'd love it, love it, love it if anybody wants to share in the chat. It really is a powerful, simple way to just think it. Believe it, become it, break it down, become it. Believe it, break it down, become it. Like, it's just so, so easy. Every single time I actually, this came to me, like every single time I have an idea, a crazy, wild idea, like I want to build the Possibility Institute in Istanbul in an incredible building that has a beautiful blue domed roof to it. Okay, I just need to believe that's possible. In 2025, I want to build the Possibility Institute. And now what needs to happen? I got to break it down. Okay, I need to find out what this looks like, look for some land, find some people who are builders, I got to break it down. And then I just got to start doing it. I just got to become it. I got to become the person who says, what does that look like? I've got to figure that out. I become the person that says, I want to have a place where people can come from all over the world and come into a building and have a mind strategy ability session of wonderness to create what's possible for the next generation of people on this planet. And if it's got to have trampolines hanging from the ceiling, because that's going to make people dive into what's possible, let's do that. So just don't let anything limit you. Don't let anything hold you back. Anything and everything you want is possible for you. You just have to believe it. Anyone want to tell me? Type it in the chat. Unmute yourself. Believe it. Break it down and become it.
Trust yourself.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Okay. Open up the chat and just yell out your favorite one. Let me hear you all share your favorite one.
Believe it.
Yep. Anyone else?
Awaken to what's possible.
Yes.
Become it. Become it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So what I'd love for you to do is you're going to write down what you believe is possible for you. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write down what you believe. Let's just start with step 1. What do you believe is possible for you? What do you really believe? And now I want you to just be galactic with this. What do you really believe is possible for you? What do you believe is in store for you? What is written in the stars for you? I'd love for you to just believe what's possible. Write that down, and I'm just going to give you 2 minutes to do that. All right, beautiful magicness. I absolutely love it. I was just reading the chat and getting really sentimental and emotional. So thank you everyone for putting all the things you did in the chat. I absolutely love it. Phenomenal. So thumbs up. Should I keep going with this book? To keep writing it? All right, awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do something really great. We're going to break you up into some rooms so you guys can meet each other. We love this part of the networking session because what we're going to do is you're going to tell people a little bit about who you are and what you do and what makes you so magical in the world. And then you're going to share with people what's possible for you. What is possible? You're going to share with people what you believe is possible for you. And here's the thing. Everyone is kind of like, and look how many people just unclick themselves. It's hilarious because we're like, I don't want to tell people what I think. It's too grandiose. It's too big. It's not. Somewhere along the line, we were taught that being grandiose and being self-serving and being excited about our possibilities and igniting ourselves is like, that is selfish. That is, that is not, I don't know what we were taught. We were taught this crazy thing that we don't want to, live our highest dreams. And so that is not this room. That is not these people. Those are those people. Those are the other people out there. In this room, every single person wants you to have exactly what you dream is possible. And I'll just tell you right now, no dream is too big. Can we all just attest to that? No one's dream here is too big, and no one's going to say anything that's too selfish or too outlandish, or what my parents would say is, who do you think you are, the Queen of Sheba? That was my parents' favorite thing. So I would love for you guys to break into rooms. Peter's going to send you off into the room. So introduce yourself, tell people in a very succinct way. Hi, my name is JB. I help people write their incredible story in just 4 months. Really quick who you are. And you know what I believe is possible for me, and then go into that. All right. So we'll give you 3 minutes each, and then we'll bring you back. All right, everybody have fun and enjoy. Peter, are you off to send our amazing individuals off to their rooms? Off to their rooms.
Yep, they were ready to go.
All right, have fun, everyone. Here they are. Okay, I love this. So who would like to tell us something possible for someone else? Somebody else's big dream. Anyone want to share someone else's big dream? I'd love to hear a few of the big dreams out there, what people are trying to make possible. Okay, Kathleen, go ahead, darling. Unmute yourself.
Okay, so I'm just so excited for Haga's dreams. She is going to, I'm speaking of this in the going to mode. She's going to have an animation film produced by Disney, and she's going to be able to go over to Los Angeles and meet with some people and get this done. She's written a lot of scripts, and she's maybe even going to be able to be in another movie. So that's what's possible for her.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hege, I just talked with someone this morning. My producer sent me a voicemail about a connection he has at Netflix. So that's a great opportunity. And then you and I are meeting tomorrow. We're meeting tomorrow for our meeting to talk about that. So see,
Thank you.
anything's possible. Anything is
Perfect.
possible. Awesome.
It's
All right,
already
Hege,
happening.
we want to share a little bit about Kathleen?
Yes, she was a dynamic ball of fire. She wrote this amazing solo book that she's publishing in September. And it's called Yes, You Can. And remind me of the rest of the title for those over
honey,
50.
how to
for the
have a
rest-
brilliant kick-ass
Yeah,
second
life.
half of life.
Yeah, I just love that. And starting with yes, you can. I think that's brilliant. And she is hoping that that will get her also into speaking positions around the world, which I'm sure it will. And she's also an artist, and she wants to start to move into digital art. And that's what she's also going to do. I think her book will really take off. It's very appealing.
It's fantastic. And she's a great writer. Awesome. I love it. Well, you know, this is an amazing opportunity because anything is possible. Many of you know, just like in December, I decided that I wanted to work with Les Brown. I had nothing. I had no string to Les Brown. I didn't know Les Brown. I hadn't worked with Les Brown. I hadn't seen Les Brown on stage. I didn't know anybody who knew Les Brown, but I just started saying, I want to work with Les Brown. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to create this book. I want to have him do coaching and teaching and training and speaking. And you know what? The universe just made it possible. A person showed up who knew him, who introduced me to somebody who was his agent, who became somebody who I got on a call with, and it just all unfolded. And here I am, so privileged to be the publisher that's going to publish Les Brown's next book. And here's the incredible thing. I'm so excited about this project is because we are going to make things possible for other people. Les Brown wants to teach you how to speak on stage and teach you how to make it possible for other people. And so this new possibility win-win-win for me is that's now one of my core values. That's now one of the things that I do. That's anything and everything has got to have the possibility factor in it for not just me, but for the client and for the clients of the client. Like it's got to have that 3 hops. So anything and everything is possible. When you see this kind of stuff happen in your life, you get excited because you're like, who else do I want to do something with? What else can I think of? What else can I make happen? How can this unfold? And sometimes it doesn't happen quickly. Sometimes it happens a long time. I remember one of my vision boards from 4 years ago had the Grand Canyon on it. And then like 3 years later, I was with Peter and we drove to the Grand Canyon. And it was like, wow, this is on my vision board from 3 years ago. This is incredible. So you just don't know, but you have to put it into being. So just trust and know that if you want to make something possible, it is just waiting for you, waiting to happen. Okay, we're going to send you one more time into a room. This is going to be quick. So you did it the long version. Next person, you're going to do it the short version. Peter, juggle them up and send them away. Here we are. Here we go. Okay, cool. So I'd love to just meet one more big dream. I want to hear some big dreams. You want to know why I want to hear big dreams? Is because part of my purpose and part of all of our purpose is actually to help people accomplish their big dreams. Like that's really why we do what we do, is because we're actually here to assist others in getting after what is most important to them. So when I know what your dream is, like when I would know what Kathleen's dream is to publish her book in September, guess who wants to help her with that? Either with publishing or just with support. And I know that Hege wants to get her movie to Disney. How can I help her with that? So who else wants to share their dream? Anybody? Maynard, you unmuted yourself. You want to share your dream? There's the family, everybody.
Yeah, say hi, guys.
Hi, team. Nice to see you.
No, I was just popping the camera on so they can see. But, basically I was sharing as far as having an institute to be able to share with individuals that, the other side of discomfort and issues are possibilities. And that I want to be a living example of that. And to your point earlier, not just for me, but for my kids and for the people's lives that can be impacted behind that.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And absolutely, if you want me to interview you to be in my book, reach out and let me know, because I think what you guys are all sharing is so
I'm reaching
powerful.
out now. Yes, no.
I love it. Okay, great. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, one more. Anybody else want to share their dream? Because you know what the cool thing is when you share your dream and you just say it, you make, hey, Derek Hill, you got a big dream. I want to hear yours. Come on, share your dream with everyone. You know why you say it? It's because when you say it, you put it into being. Words are power. Words have form. Words are life force. And when you say your dream, you put it into being. And then somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who thinks about it later, now, whatever, it puts it, they can connect you and it puts it into momentum. Derek Hill has a huge dream. Tell us a little bit about your dream. I know it's so big. Just give us the small version. Unmute yourself, babes.
One thing I'll say is I never thought it was possible to heal from a childhood wounding, abuse, trauma I experienced. And so today I sit here knowing that it is possible. And so I'm taking a stand and calling people forth that no matter what they've been faced with in their life, it's possible for them to heal. And that's why I'm creating a new social movement, a revolutionary movement called We Together, Rise, Stand, Transform Self Again. And I'm calling people forth to heal and providing a platform digitally, television, through people having opportunity to write stories, tell their stories, have opportunities to one day down the road have ways to make income back and rebuild their life. And so that's the stand that I'm taking for humanity.
I love it. See, I want to partner with him. I'm like, yes, yes, of course. He wants to help people tell stories of being going through trauma. Yes, yes, I totally how do we be part of that? Even Derek, tell everybody what one of the names of your program is.
What the program? Well, the program is one of the things that I'm doing with the program is I'm creating a boot camp, Heal You Mission 7 boot camp. And so it'll be like 4 parts calling people into 7 actions. And
sorry, I don't want to interrupt you, but what's the word that you use in one of your programs?
Oh, are you talking about We Together?
No, Ignite.
Oh, Ignite. Oh yeah, so in Rise, oh yeah, okay. So in Rise, Stand, Transform, it's ignite self with action now to receive your miracles. So each of those letters in those 3 words is what it takes for you to receive your miracle of healing. And so it's all about igniting yourself. It's all about the match hitting the firecracker that ignites a massive explosion within yourself.
Right. Like, are we not meant to be partners? Right? Are we not meant to help each other fulfill their dreams? I love it. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is why you tell what's possible. You tell people what's possible. Now, don't tell the neggy-nims in the world, and don't tell the naysayers, and don't tell the people that you know always put you down and always question you. They know that's their place. Go start telling the people that are going to make it possible for you. Turn your head away from trying to make, for me, my dad happy, whatever. Go and talk to the people who really want to hear what I have to say, and then they are going to help me make it possible. So you guys have so much beauty in the world to give, so much ability to ignite and transform others, including yourself. It all starts with you, the possibility principles in your life. I love and love and love everything that you guys are doing. So have a beautiful day. Go out and make it possible. Big hugs and kisses. Send me a text. Blow some kisses to everybody in the chat. Love you guys and have a great day. All right. Take care.